The conservative world was shattered last week when Charlie Kirk, the unstoppable founder of Turning Point USA, was tragically taken from us. The news hit like a thunderbolt, sending waves of grief, shock, and disbelief through millions of young Christian conservatives who saw Charlie as their champion, their voice, their fearless leader. But from the ashes of this gut-wrenching tragedy, a blazing, unstoppable fire has erupted. Turning Point USA, the powerhouse organization Charlie built from nothing, is not just surviving, it's thriving, exploding with new energy, new followers, and a fierce determination to carry his vision into the future. This is no ordinary moment. This is a revolution reborn, and at its heart stands Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, now unanimously chosen to lead as CEO and board chair. With her unshakable resolve and fiery passion, Erika is ready to make Turning Point USA bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before. This was what Charlie always wanted. Tyler Boyer, the group's chief operating officer, declared in a raw, emotional social media post that captured the spirit of this pivotal moment. Erika is one with Charlie, and Charlie is one with Erika. These words are more than a tribute. They're a call to arms. Turning Point USA is not slowing down. It's surging forward, powered by Charlie's legacy and Erika's unwavering leadership. From skyrocketing podcast downloads to a flood of requests for new campus chapters, the movement is growing faster than anyone could have imagined. This is the story of a tragedy transformed into triumph, a movement that refuses to be silenced, and a woman stepping boldly into her destiny to lead a generation of conservatives into a new era of unstoppable influence. The man who built a movement. Charlie Kirk was no ordinary man. He was a force of nature, a whirlwind of passion and purpose. At just 22 years old, he founded Turning Point USA in 2012, with a single mission to empower young Christian conservatives and give them a voice in a world that tried to silence them. With his razor-sharp mind, magnetic charisma, and relentless drive, Charlie turned a small idea into a multimillion-dollar empire. By 2025, Turning Point had become a cornerstone of the conservative movement, with 3,500 chapters on college campuses and high schools across the nation. Its influence was undeniable, credited with playing a massive role in returning President Donald Trump to the White House in 2024. Charlie's gift was his ability to connect, whether he was speaking to thousands in packed auditoriums, hosting the Charlie Kirk Show podcast, or firing off viral social media posts. He made young conservatives feel seen, heard, and empowered. He was more than a leader. He was a mentor, a friend, a beacon of hope for a generation tired of being told to sit down and stay quiet. His message was loud and clear. Stand up, speak out, and fight for what you believe in, and fight. He did, building Turning Point into a fundraising giant that brought in nearly $100 million in 2024, with another $609 million secured in its endowment. But Charlie's impact went far beyond money. He changed lives, from college students who found the courage to challenge liberal professors to high schoolers who started Turning Point chapters in their small towns. Charlie's influence was a spark that ignited countless fires. He showed young conservatives they didn't have to hide their beliefs. They could embrace them with pride. And when tragedy struck, cutting his life short in a senseless act of violence, that spark didn't fade. It roared into a wildfire that no one could extinguish, a tragedy that shook the world. The details of Charlie's assassination are still raw, still painful. It happened at an event at Utah Valley University, where Charlie was doing what he did best, rallying young conservatives to stand tall for their values. The event, organized in part by the Turning Point chapter at Brigham Young University, was meant to be another victory in Charlie's mission to awaken a generation. Instead, it became the stage for an unthinkable act that left the conservative world in mourning. The news spread like wildfire. Social media lit up with tributes, prayers, and cries of shock and sorrow. Charlie Kirk, the man who had given everything to the conservative cause, was gone. But even in death, his voice refused to be silenced. His podcast, The Charlie Kirk Show, soared to the top of Apple's charts, gaining millions of new listeners. In just days, his social media accounts, already a powerhouse, added millions of new followers as clips of his speeches racked up tens of millions of views. The world was listening, and they were hungry for more. Turning Point USA, the organization Charlie poured his heart into, became the center of this outpouring of grief and resolve. Inquiries flooded in, over 60,000 requests to start new campus chapters. According to Turning Point spokesperson Andrew Colvett, students who had never engaged with the group were suddenly reaching out, eager to carry Charlie's torch. That's the beautiful part of this tragedy, said Aubrey Hudson, president of the Turning Point chapter at Brigham Young University. His movement turning Point is exploding. Erika Kirk, the woman born to lead in the midst of this heartbreak, one woman stepped forward to ensure Charlie's legacy would not only survive, but thrive. Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow and the mother of their two children, was unanimously chosen by Turning Point's board to take the reins as CEO and board chair. This wasn't a decision made lightly. It was a fulfillment of Charlie's own dreams. This was what Charlie always wanted. Tyler Boyer wrote on social media, Erika is one with Charlie, and Charlie is one with Erika. Erika is no stranger to the spotlight of former Miss Arizona USA in 2012. She has built her own platform as an entrepreneur, podcaster, and Christian influencer. She founded Proclaim a Christian clothing line and a ministry dedicated to teaching the Bible. She often appeared alongside Charlie at Turning Point events, her warmth and authenticity balancing his fiery passion. Together, they were a power couple united by a faith family and a shared vision for a stronger, more conservative America. Now, Erika steps into a role that is both deeply personal and incredibly challenging. She inherits an organization that is not just a political force, but a cultural phenomenon. Turning Point USA isn't just about winning elections. It's about shaping the hearts and minds of a generation. And Erika is ready to take on that mission with everything she has. In an emotional broadcast from Charlie's studio, she vowed to carry on his work, announcing that a planned campus tour this fall would go forward as would the Charlie Kirk Show podcast and Turning Point's marquee event, America Fest, scheduled for December. I promise it'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing this nation has ever seen. Erika declared, her voice strong despite the weight of her grief. It was a promise that echoed across the conservative world, a pledge to honor Charlie's legacy by making his movement bigger, bolder, and more impactful than ever before, a movement that won't be stopped. The support for Turning Point USA since Charlie's death is nothing short of breathtaking. The organization has always been a force, but now a phenomenon. Over 60,000 inquiries to start new campus chapters have poured in, a testament to the hunger among young conservatives to keep Charlie's vision alive. From high school students to college activists, a new generation is stepping up, inspired by Charlie's courage and determined to make their voices heard. Aubrey Hudson, the Brigham Young University Turning Point president, captured the spirit perfectly. Conservatives who have been afraid to share their views at school will start speaking up. She predicted that Charlie's death, far from slowing the movement, would fuel it how it looks without Charlie Kirk. I think we're all going to try to figure that out. She said it's going to be a curve, but I don't think it's going to slow us down in any way. President Donald Trump himself spoke out, speaking from the Oval Office with a mix of sorrow and hope through this horrible act. He said Turning Point could be maybe bigger than it could have ever been had he been there. He added, and I will say, this had be very happy if he saw what was going on. Trump's words carried weight, not just because of his position, but because Turning Point played a massive role in his 2024 re-election. The group's affiliated organization, Turning Point Action, was key in turning out voters who don't usually vote in swing states like Arizona, Michigan, and Wisconsin, helping secure Trump's return to the White House. A fundraising giant, Turning Point USA is more than a campus advocacy group. It's a financial titan. In 2024, its two primary nonprofit arms brought in nearly $100 million, with another $609 million held in the Turning Point endowment. This financial strength has allowed the organization to expand its reach, host massive events, and amplify its message through podcasts, social media, and campus activism. Charlie's vision turned Turning Point into a fundraising powerhouse, and that foundation gives Erika a powerful platform to build upon. But it's not just about money. Turning Point's true power lies in its ability to inspire. Charlie's gift was his ability to connect with young people, to make them feel like they could change the world. And now, in the wake of his death, that inspiration is spreading like never before. Social media is buzzing with tributes to Charlie, with clips of his speeches going viral, and his podcast soaring to new heights. The Charlie Kirk Show is now the top show on Apple, a fitting tribute to a man who never stopped speaking out. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated. Subscribe for more powerful video.